welcome back to Milton Mo Junction. As you might have seen from the title sequence, I've been just checking that the engine's all clear, the fueling roof, that I've got pretty much the right height that I want for it, and that's check sort of completed. But what I've also done is I've realised that it'd be very difficult to paint the rails once I've laid the foam board down. Obviously not much of the rail is going to show, but it did look a bit shiny when I laid the boards down. So what I've actually done is I've painted the rails, and to ensure good running once the plastic card's down representing the concrete, I've cleaned them. Now what I did was I painted them all, and once dry I cleaned them with a track rubber. That made them shiny again, on top anyway. But what I then did was I rubbed all the tops of the surfaces with a graphite stick, and that dulled them all down again, but it also means that they're very conductive. So that's sort of quite a good trick, I thought, that it made them look sort of used, well, not heavily used, and it's really good for conductivity. So I've done that. The outer rail, I've made it more rusty because that's the one that's going to be outside, and the inner rail I've just made it sort of dirty. I mean, I haven't made too much effort because it's not going to show that much. The other thing I've done is I've painted or sprayed the foam board that obviously was white. Had various choices. I did buy a concrete spray, which is, and tested it on that piece there. It looked a bit too even. I know I'm going to weather it anyway, but I had intended to do them all that colour. The only problem, of course, was when I went to do it, the spray can packed up. So what I did then was I sprayed the other ones. I first of all sprayed them with a grey primer from Halfords, and then I oversprayed them very lightly with a white primer and a matte black, all from Halfords, but so that they got different shades. I'm still, not 100% certain that's the way I'm going to go, but I'll have a little think. Obviously I've still got to weather them once they're down, and perhaps put some lines in where the concrete would have been joined for expansion points, but we'll see. So the next job now is to glue it down, or place it all down, see what it looks like. I'm going to come back to you a little bit later. Okay, well, they're not glued down, but they're in position, so it will look something like this. I might have to shave a couple of little bits off the edges again still, just to get a little bit of a better fit, but that is what it's going to look like roughly. Obviously it's not weathered, but you can get the idea of the different shades I sort of managed to create. Reasonably pleased with that. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned before, I can't fit inspection pits, which I would have liked to have done inside the depot, but there's cross member there. It would take a lot of woodwork and that to change it, plus all the electrics, and to be honest I can't be bothered to do it for the little bit of extra realistic look that you would get from it, obviously. But I'm trying to cover up so you don't see too much inside the shed, and we'll do it a different way. But I'll continue and come back a little bit later again. Bye for now. Okay, well, I've glued it all down now. All the foam board has been sprayed and sprayed and glued down. I've checked each of these engines and they've run down over it. Run perfectly well, no stuttering and no catching on the foam board, so they're all pretty good. Quite happy with those. So I shall plod on, just show you what it'll look like briefly with the buildings on, and then we'll continue. See you in a minute. Okay, as promised, I've put the building in position, roughly where it's going to go, or the two buildings. I know that the outside track is a little bit close to where to the building when an engine's there, but to be honest, can't really do anything about it. I don't want to move the track. I can't move the building. It's about as close as I can get it over the other way without anything touching the sides or the centre bit when it goes in. So it's going to have to be in that position. I know it's probably not prototypical, I'm not sure, but it's a couple of foot at least between them, so I guess scale size figure can squeeze along there, be a bit dangerous, but as I say, I haven't really got a choice. I don't want to do without it because it is extra storage and I can't move it, so I'm stuck. What else? I've been getting on with some of the preparing of the platform that I'm going to have running along where I've mentioned it before, along the other track, and a slope down to the storage shed. I sprayed it, cleaned it, washed it all, and obviously I've cut all the remnants off that's from the presses, from the moulds. That took a while, cleaning them all, and I've washed it soapy water and rinsed them all, cleaning off the residue, and makes it the spray paint stick to it a bit better. I've sprayed them all matte black at the moment, and there is a lot. You can see the packets of them I've done, separated and painted. There's a lot there. The next thing I've got to do is dry brush them with a brown wood sort of colour, and that gives them the look of sleepers, I guess. It worked when I did it in O gauge and looked nice, so hopefully it will do the same in O gauge. Did I say OO? Well, anyway, I can't remember what I said, but I used to have it in OO gauge, and now I've got them in O gauge. So they're going to go along there, and I've got to glue them together, the ones when I've decided how it's going to go. That's to be done. I've got it started on the ballast that's going to go around. Going to probably have it quite compacted, and probably getting along the idea of the ash or cinders, similar to the other side. Haven't really decided yet. Bring a bit of greenery into it, a bit of overgrown bits and pieces around, and over in that corner there's plenty of space. I can put some greenery there, a bit of scenery, and a little bit at the back with some sort of fencing I want to do. Plenty to do, plenty to think about. So rather than bore you all with this one continuing, I'm going to end it now and upload it. So thanks for watching. Any comments, please feel free, and if you wish to subscribe, please do. So, but anyway, bye for now. Bye.